going back to the VA, the process being so hard to limit the people that use it, I've had that experience too, right? Like the paperwork and the persistence that you have to be on top of it. If you get discouraged at all, you're gonna fall off. So like staying persistent with that is definitely important when it comes to dealing with the VA. Because yes, they'll give you the benefits, and yes, they're there for you, but they're not gonna hold your hand to do it, and they're not gonna make it easy for you, as easy as they probably should be. I'm interested in this third party experience. I kind of used the third party to bump my disability up. But it was just like an old crusty vet guy who was working at some veteran place who helped me, but he didn't charge me anything. The third party place that you used, was there like a fee you had to pay, or was it just, they were just helping you out?
Yeah, so it's a fee-based service basically. It was a bunch of, like, all the guys I talked to that worked there were basically former vets that kind of went through the process themselves, and they're trying to help other vets. But I think it was like Veteran Solution or something. I can find you an email and I'll forward it to you so you can share it later with everybody if you want.
Sure.
But they basically have their own network of doctors and everything. But the fee, there were like two different ways to do the fee. When I got the back payment, they basically took a huge chunk of the back payment as part of the fee to go through all the stuff. But like, you're utilizing their network to kind of help you get through all the headaches that you would go through with the VA, right? Like when I did it, I filled out I had to download all the paperwork. I had to go to their VA portal and do all that work to get the stuff set up. But they walked me through it on the phone, helped me get everything set up so I can get all the paperwork. And then, hey, you got to follow up with this guy. You got to do this. You got to do that. Having that person to help you walk through the process, it was more than worth what I paid for the service. And like I said, like ever since that point, my life has been exponentially better. And I'm trying to like budget my whole future based off of, if something does happen in the corporate world, I can kind of fall back on what I do get from my VA benefits. My lights are going to be on. I'm going to have a roof over my head, and I'm going to be able to basically go down the street and get a 9-to-5 job doing whatever to kind of keep myself sufficient, right? And I'm saying that out loud because I think that's part of the plan, so to speak, that I've spoken to. Have your goals, have your plan. Like my plan is I'm trying to, I mentioned to you when I got on about the slice of pie, man, like the American dream is still very much real and it's still out there. Don't listen to all the fuzz that's out there. Go after your piece of pie, whether it's just, owning a house, being a homeowner, start a business. There's so many programs out there to be able to be a vet and start your own business. Even if you don't want to start your business that way, like I'm a consultant, there's options being a consultant, and any line of work as a consultant to create an LLC, pay yourself, and, end up paying less in taxes, right? I mean, you can literally create your own wealth in your own business. Just knowing and networking and kind of knowing what programs are out there. And I can't tell you how many times, whether it's traveling, whatever, you just have a side conversation with a guy that's a vet, and it could be a vet from 10 years, from 20 years, or 30 years. Other vets want to help you, especially retired veterans that are in civilian sector, that are business owners, because because if you succeed, they succeed. It's the same thing I told all my college guys. I was like, we're in competition with each other, but at the end of the day, we're all on the same team, because the more successful all the people that are in your class do, in terms of the jobs they get, the money they make, the more successful you are, the more successful the brand is overall, right? And so it's the same thing for all of us vets. The more successful one of us are, the more successful all of us are. And the more you can share and help your buddy out, whatever the case may be. Maybe it's just a simple phone call that they're having a bad day and they need some advice. The camaraderie is the hardest thing to replace when you get out. It's the one thing you'll never replace. You'll never find, no matter how hard you try, no matter how perfect the job may seem. At the end of the day, the corporate world will spit you up and chew you out. And so that's why, you have to do everything you can to kind of use whatever's out there to protect yourself and make whatever you want to be, just like you did in the military. We were all clean shaven, kids, clueless kids, not knowing what to do. And they trained us how to be war fighters and warriors. And, like I said at the beginning, right, it's that marriage, man. You got to learn how to make that marriage work for you and move forward, man, because you're going to have that for the rest of your life.